Welcome into another edition of Falcon Fever. I'm your host, Tariana Richardson. Thanks so much for joining us. Of the sports that were permitted to compete this fall under specific guidelines due to COVID-19, the University of Montevallo men's and women's golf and cross-country programs were just two sports that were allowed to compete this fall under specific and strict guidelines. Men's and women's cross-country recently finished their respective seasons at the Gulf South Conference Championships hosted by UAH there in Huntsville. The women competed throughout the fall with a very strong finish as they placed in the top 5 in their final 3 competitions. Before the team headed to Huntsville for the GSC tournament, they had finishes of 3rd at the Troy Invitational and 4th at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. The Lady Falcons capped off their season with a 3rd place finish in the Gulf South Conference Championship. Senior Justine Glass led the way of finishing the top 5 in the conference for the 3rd straight year with a 2nd place finish individually. Glass's 2nd place finish propelled her 3rd straight first team All-Gulf South Conference. As for the UM men's cross-country team, they made history by finishing in 3rd place overall. That makes that feat their best conference championship finish in team history. The guys competed in the Troy Invitational, finishing runner-up and 7th place at the University of Alabama at Birmingham Invitational before the record performance at the GSC Championship. Junior Joe Leventree led the way for the Falcons, coming in 2nd place individually with a time of 24 minutes and 20 seconds in the 8-kilometer run. This was the best time finished in his career thus far. Yesterday, Brett Batchelor caught up with Joe and talked about the season and some of his accomplishments. Here's what he had to say.
Brett Batchelor here alongside my friend Joe Leventree from the University of Montevallo men's cross-country team. Joe, what's up, my guy? How are we doing today?
Hey, Brett. Thanks for having me. I'm doing well. How you doing?
Doing fantastic, Joe. So the cross-country program along with the golf program in the Gulf South Conference were the 2 teams that were permitted to compete this fall. What was it like being out there to still run this fall, but in much different circumstances?
Yeah, it was great. I know that the cross-country team, and I'm sure the golf team as well, was really appreciative that we were able to go out there and continue to do what we do. I know that we really hated to see that some of the programs were not able to do that, but we're excited to have them come back out and hopefully be able to compete in this, this next year. Things at cross-country races really weren't too different for us. Actually, we had to wear masks when we got to the starting line, and at the UAB invite, we had to warm up in masks, which was definitely different. But overall, I mean, we didn't have to race in masks or anything like that, so things were pretty normal for us.
You guys are coming off of an overall very good performance at the Gulf South Conference Championships in Huntsville at UAH. You guys finished 3rd, going against nationally ranked teams in your own conference. That must have felt pretty well overall as a team.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm really proud of the way that all the guys ran. We had some guys really step up and work together, which was really nice. And like you were saying, we did have some nationally ranked teams out there. Like UAH is ranked number 2 in the nation right now, and they ended up winning conference, and Lee is in the top 10 nationally ranked teams. So coming off just getting 3rd behind those 2 teams and knowing that we're going to be able to progress over the next couple years and really try to work our way up there is nice.
You talk about having a lot of returners and a lot of experience on the roster next year. What do you look to improve to go against these nationally ranked teams and for you guys to get to that nationally ranked spot as well?
Yeah, definitely. So we are returning everybody, or just about almost everybody. We're only losing 1 guy this year. Everybody in our top 7 is going to return. As well as we're bringing in some really good commits that we have coming up. Kyle Epperson from Hoover, who just had a great race today, and Owen Marquardt from Hoover as well are 2 of our big recruits that we're really excited about coming up into this next year. I think they can have an immediate impact once they get here, and moving forward, and hopefully everyone's going to progress and get faster and faster every year, and eventually I think we'll be able to be up there and compete with those guys.
How important is it for you guys to improve as a team altogether? You know, you talk about how you guys get up early in the morning and go run, and as you're running individually in the competition as well, but it's still a team sport. So how important is it to do it as a team aspect as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it may seem like an individual sport, but at the end of the day, it is 100% a team sport. For example, at conference, this past weekend, my buddy Cheney Holder, he saw our teammate Joseph Pittard, just right up there in front of him, and he knew that he needed to get up there because if he could get up with him and they could work up together, they would really help out the team and pass some people. So that's exactly what they did. They worked together as a team beautifully, and I think the one thing that's really helped out with that this year is how strong our team bond is. As you were saying, we get up early every morning. We get out there and we run together all the time. So we're spending a lot of time together, which is just helping build this bond and make it stronger and stronger. And I know we believe that on our team, the stronger your bond, the better you're going to perform because we really care about our guys. We want to go out there and we want to make sure we get it done together for each other.
Joe, you talked about your personal daily regimen and how you changed it this fall and how it really helped you improve overall. What do you look to do to continue that regimen and get to a higher national rank into next fall as well?
Yeah, so with this year, to get up to one of those top spots, I knew that I was going to have to change something. One thing that I really emphasized this year was sleep and recovery. I really try to go to bed around 9:30 every night, and I recently changed to vegetarian because it's actually better for endurance athletes because you have the cleaner proteins coming in. So that is, those are two things that I really think helped me out personally a lot, and I just hope to continue to do those and always eat better and become more efficient as the years to come.
Well, Joe, it's another fantastic season for you individually and for the cross-country program as well. Thanks so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Brett. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Be sure to follow the Falcon Athletics Network on YouTube for the latest sports news. Thanks so much for joining us on Falcon Fever, and be sure to tune in again next time.